And a very good Monday morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Joe Benigno back with you again. The Yoda Pain Podcast, Monday, October the 6th, 2025. The Yoda Pain Podcast brought to you by the Hackensack Brewing Company, by Anita Discount Tire, by our good friends at the South Carolina Resort. I always got to say it right. Carolina Resort Vacations, and of course, the return of our friends from Manscaped. Thank God I can, take care of business again. Start getting that illusion of, what kind of illusion I'm talking about. Anyway, speaking of illusion, what a disgrace the Jets are. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I was at the game yesterday. My daughter, my grandson. I want to thank Sean Winters again for inviting me to the game. It was a terrific day, beautiful day, hot out. It was actually hot out, which is, unbelievable for October 6th or 5th or whatever. But great day, and then the game started. I'm telling you, man, I don't. How much more can we take as Jet fans? There's only one winless team left in the NFL, and you know who that is? It's the New York Jets. 0-5. They have not had a takeaway in 5 games. 5 games, they haven't taken a ball away from anybody. I mean, where do you go from here? Start out with the coach who looks completely lost. And I don't want to hear, I'm sorry, okay? I don't want to hear from non-Jet fans. And this makes me sick. When I hear from non-Jet fans telling you got to be patient, the disaster, it's the infrastructure, whatever it is, and we know it. Look, I know this is the worst organization in professional sports. They're the worst. There's nobody worse. They are the rock bottom of professional sports organizations. You see what happened here with this situation? There was this sexual harassment thing going on in the front office with the Jets, and I don't want to get in all into it. I'm not sure of all the details, but you had that going on this week. You had the disaster of Mark Sanchez, what happened to him, right? Quarterback who's won more playoff games for us than anybody else. And, he gets involved in this. He was drunk in Indianapolis. He was there for Fox to call the game. And, he gets drunk and he gets into an altercation with this guy who's 69 years old. I mean, this guy's 30 years younger than this guy he's beaten up. And then the guy eventually stabs him because he beat him to a pulp. He stabbed him with a knife. Unbelievable. This is the Jets. And then there's the football team. The coach is clueless. I'm so tired of him. This guy came in and he talked a big game. And look, we all loved Aaron Glenn as a player. And the only reason that I was even close to saying, I'm all right with Aaron Glenn, even though I wanted a veteran coach. We all wanted a veteran coach in here, right? We all wanted that. But we said, okay, because he's a former Jet. He was a good player for our team. He learned under the knee of Bill Parcells, and all it is, whatever. Whatever you want to say about Aaron Glenn, right? So we were signed off on it. Okay, he wants it. He's one of us. Let's go. And he's been a disaster. He comes in and he preaches about discipline, and we're not going to make the same mistakes. And all they do is make the same mistakes. Another 10 penalties yesterday. False starts. Delay of games, the usual array of brutality. The turnovers, they haven't forced a turnover all year. Can you imagine that? 5 games, not one freaking turnover. And, of course, the game was over. Just like, we talked about the loss to Miami when Braylon Allen fumbled on the goal line going in for a touchdown, and you knew the game was over right then and there. Same thing yesterday. Jets are down 10-3, got a nice drive going against the Cowboys down the field. And then Breece Hall, who, if you look at the numbers, actually had a pretty good game. He rushed for 113 yards, 8 yards a carry, all it is. He fumbles on the 10-yard line. Game over. Game was over. You knew they were done. And then Dallas, after they recover on their own 10-yard line, proceeds to go 90 yards for a freaking touchdown like it was nothing. Then they get the ball back before halftime, and they score again. It's an absolute disgrace. Before you know it, it's 30-3 early in the third quarter. I was ready to go. The only reason I stayed beyond that is because, my daughter was having a good time at the game and the great seats from Mr. Winters and all of that. And that's the only reason I stayed till the middle of the fourth quarter. But I mean, this was a disgrace. And even then, they cut it to 30-14. It still was maybe 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game. And you try an onside kick there, Aaron? Don't you kick the ball deep? You got 3 timeouts. What are you doing? It didn't matter. It wouldn't matter. The Cowboys would come down and score anyway. Because the defense is a disaster. I mean, the defense, oh my God. They are brutal. They couldn't stop a nosebleed. I mean, really. They're just horrible. Sauce Gardner, the most overrated player in the NFL. Is there anybody more overrated than this guy, right? Never forces a turnover, never gets an interception, gets beat again for a touchdown yesterday by George Pickens in the back of the end zone, just like he got beat the week before by Darren Waller. I mean, it's the same old, same old. Missed tackles. How about that 60-something yard run by Williams? How many tackles? How many guys missed him? How did he get out? And next thing you know, he's sprinting down the field. I mean, it's horrific. It's horrific. No pad. Did they touch Dak Prescott yesterday? Did he get touched? And on the other end, Justin Fields was getting assaulted the whole game. Sacked him 5 times. This vaunted offensive line with these two, number 1 draft choice tackles on either side, they can block for the run. The running game, yeah, they're pretty good run blockers. They can't pass block for hunger. They can't pass block. It's an assault on Fields. He's getting the crap beat out of him in this game. And I don't want to get into the calls that we don't get because that's another story. I mean, there was a blatant face mask they didn't call yesterday. There was a blatant hands to the face of Fields as he tried to throw the ball on a 4th down play, got hit in the face. In a face mask, they didn't call it. They called 2 cosmetic roughing the passes late in the game when the game was basically over already. I mean, it's unbelievable. How much more can we take? They stink. Now they go to London to play the Broncos, who just beat Philadelphia. And you think they're winning that game? They got no shot. And then they play the Carolina Panthers. Oh, that looked like an easy game. Really? Well, Carolina is now 2-3. Bryce Young is starting to look like a real quarterback. They came from behind to beat the Dolphins yesterday. I mean, come on. Where are they winning the game? And I don't want to hear about patience with Aaron Glenn. I have no patience. I'm tired of it. We Jet fans, we're tired of freaking being patient. One crap coach after another. They all stink. Started with Bowles, and Bowles, boy, did he step in it, going to Tampa and signing Baker Mayfield. And I'm going to tell you, as they beat, what a game that was yesterday, as they came from behind a couple times to beat Sam Darnold, of course, and Seattle. Baker Mayfield, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, I think we have to start to tell it like it is about this guy. He's got the biggest balls of any quarterback in the league. His team is 4-1 now. And don't you wish that we would have signed him? Don't you wish when we had a chance? Nah. Why would we do that? And here's something else, too. All right? And I understand the defense is a disaster. Okay, I get that. I mean, above and beyond how bad they are. But do you think we'd be a little better off? You think we were 0-5 if we got Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams on the team? What do you think about that? You think so? Aaron Glenn is infinite wisdom dumping Aaron Rodgers. That was the beginning of it. We should have known right then and there. That we were in for a disaster this year. 0-5. Even the Titans won yesterday. I don't know if you saw how they won that game. Boy, Arizona, you talk about handing a game away. I don't want to get into that. That's their problem. But, I mean, it's ridiculous. New Orleans beat the Giants yesterday, so they got to win. And here we are, 0-5. Our season's over before Halloween again. Where are we winning a game? Is this guy going to survive a year? Is he going to make it? If they go 2 and I'm being generous with 2 wins. If they go 2-15, is he coming back? Are you bringing him back? Do I want these guys making the call on the young quarterback that inevitably we're going to have to draft next year, and we're going to have a high draft choice? We may have the number 1 pick. We may have our pick of the young quarterbacks coming out. And God knows they better get the right one. I just don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. I really don't. They could get rid of everybody not named Garrett Wilson. And I feel bad for Garrett Wilson because he's a terrific player. He really is. Got another touchdown yesterday. Granted, it was a, cosmetic touchdown. But, I mean, he's playing on this absolutely horrific team. They stink. I feel bad for him. You know, this guy probably, I don't think he lost 5 games in his whole career at Ohio State. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Sauce Gardner, as I said, is the most overrated player in the NFL. Never makes a big play. Never gets an interception. Gets beat every week by somebody. Every week. I just don't know what to say anymore. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I don't. Justin Fields, his numbers look good. You look at the game yesterday Justin Fields had, right? I think he completed 32 out of 46 for almost 300 yards. He threw two touchdown passes, right? You know, his quarterback rating's probably good. What does that mean? He hasn't thrown an interception all year. What does that mean? How good is he? And he was under assault yesterday. They don't run him enough. I mean, it's unbelievable. How about the first drive of the game, too, right? They drive down the field, get the opening kickoff right down the field, right? They got a 2nd and 3 on about, I don't know, the 5-yard line maybe. And they give the ball up the middle to Hall. He gets stuffed for 4-yard loss. And before you know it, they're kicking a field goal. And you knew they were right then and there. That's a win for Dallas. God forbid they put the ball in the damn end zone. Why would they do that? I mean, it's just horrific. It's horrific. And I don't see how it's getting any better. Like I said, 0-6, 0-7, just keep it going. Where are they winning? Who are they beating? Huh? Look at the Patriots, man. They turned it around. They beat Buffalo last night. Huh? Right? Unbelievable. They got a quarterback in Drake May. They got a coach in Mike Vrabel. They're 3-2. They've turned it around already. And the Dolphins stink. I mean, they blew a lead, lost to the Panthers yesterday. They're not any good. And Mike McDaniel is probably not long for this world. But, you know, this is where the Jets are. They're the worst team in professional sports. They're the worst team in professional sports. They're worse than the White Sox. They're worse than the Brooklyn Nets. They're worse than the Colorado Rockies. We go right on down the line. Right now, I think Ohio State might beat them. They might lose to Ohio State. They might lose to Alabama. They might. Georgia would probably give them a tough game. You got to be kidding me. This is how bad this team is. I'd get rid of everybody on this team. And everybody not named Garrett Wilson, maybe the 2 young tackles, I'll give them time yet. Maybe this Membo who got abused yesterday, you know, maybe he can actually learn to block somebody in the passing game, maybe. But that's it. Everybody else stinks. They could get rid of Quinnen Williams. What good is he? They could get rid of Will McDonald. By the way, how about the fact that they drafted Will McDonald? Did you see Jackson Adigbo yesterday? Did you see what he was doing for Seattle? You think the Jets would have been better off drafting him instead of Will McDonald? Was Will McDonald even on the field yesterday? He was, but I mean, did he do anything? I mean, it's unreal. How much can you take? And then you go to the game yesterday. The game might as well has been in Dallas. There were Cowboy fans everywhere. I saw basically every big-time Cowboy jersey you could have. I saw a Roger Staubach jersey, Tony Dorsett, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Tony Romo. I saw all these jerseys yesterday, right? All these Cowboys, they were everywhere. You thought the game was at Jerry Jones. It's disgusting. And who wants to go to these games anymore? Who? You tell me who. I'm beside myself anymore. I don't know what to say. I know. I'm just, I just shake my head, and my sports world is a disaster. My teams stink. I can't, I can't take it. Now, somebody said to me, "Well, you're going to be excited about the Knicks?" I said, "No, not really. I mean, the Knicks have to win a championship. I'm not going to be excited about a 50-something win season and then winning a round or maybe 2 in the playoffs and then crapping out again like they always do, where, with some kind of horrific loss that they specialize in. So, no, I'm not excited about the Knicks. The Rangers open tomorrow night. I mean, who knows what they are? I mean, they're coming off a brutal season. It can only be better, right? I'm not thrilled that they got rid of my guy, Chris Kreider. I don't love that. So I don't know what to look forward to with them. There's nothing. We all know what happened to the Mets. We don't even get into that. And you got to worry about what happens with Alonso and Diaz and all that. I mean, I can't take it anymore. The Jets suck, all right? And I don't know what the answers are. This coach looks like he's lost. He completely looks like he's being completely overmatched. I'm sure Brian Schottenheimer was thrilled yesterday, our old offensive coordinator, sticking it to his old team like he did as the head coach of the Cowboys. And this is no world-beater Cowboy team either. And let's be honest. They didn't have 3 of their offensive linemen. They didn't have C.D. Lamb. And they still beat the crap out of the Jets. I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. And by the way, too, how stupid it is. This is how dumb this freaking organization is. So you knew that it was going to be hot yesterday, right? You knew yesterday was yesterday was one of the hottest games I was ever at. It was probably close to 90 degrees. There's no doubt about it. All right. October, summer day. So you knew all week that it was going to be really hot on Sunday. So what did the Jets do? Let's wear our black uniforms yesterday. Really? Really? How could you be wearing black? Shouldn't you have the white uniforms on yesterday? You know it's going to be 100 degrees out. I'm sure that didn't help either. How stupid. They are so stupid. They are so freaking, tone deaf and anything you want to say. Blinded in a bat, this disgraceful organization. They need a complete whitewashing top to bottom. And maybe that's happening with this sexual harassment thing that went down. I don't know. Apparently it's Woody's right-hand man that's involved in this. That's what again, I don't know all the details. I don't want to go crazy on it. But, this is, it's disgraceful. I'm so tired of it. We're all tired of it. How much more can we take? And I see all my buddies there. Joey Lazowski's there. Ira was there yesterday. What are we doing? Kenny Scarabaggio is the luckiest guy in the world because of his situation with his eye. He can't go to the games. It's actually a plus for him. My buddy Tommy Keenan was going to go yesterday. He said, "Why should I waste my money on going to this crap?" And he's right. I just don't know what to say anymore. I just don't. How can you rip them? It's the bottom. We have scraped the bottom of the freaking barrel. It is as bad for this franchise as it has ever been. There's no other way to say it. It is as low as you can go. And I don't know what to check. They need a complete overhaul here. Like I said, you can get rid of everybody on this team except for Garrett Wilson, maybe the 2 tackles. Everybody else, get them out of here. Sauce, Quinnen Williams, go right on down the line. The quarterback's not any good. Let's be honest. Justin Fields is a mediocre at best quarterback. He's not that good. He's not winning games on his own for you. Let's tell it like it is. And it's pretty hard too when his offensive line can't block for him either. That doesn't help. And he's getting no protection from the officials either. There's nothing left to say. How about at 30-3? You're down 30-3. I think it was the middle of the third quarter. They had a 4th down in Dallas territory. It was 4th and pretty long. Are you kicking a field goal? Why would you kick a field goal? What does that 3 points mean? Does it mean anything? It means nothing. That's the biggest issue I have right now is that we look like we have a coach that's completely lost. And I don't want to hear from non-Jet fans telling me, be patient. My ass, we've been patient. I know for myself, I've been patient now for the last 56 freaking years. We've been patient for the last, 15 years now that we haven't made the playoffs. 10 years that we haven't had a winning season. It's unbelievable. Over and over and over. One crappy coach after another. Bowles, who stepped in shit, like I said, with Mayfield in Tampa, right? He walked into a team that had won the Super Bowl, right? They handed him one. Here you go, Todd. Now he looks like a freaking genius over there. We all know what a disaster Adam Gase was, right? Adam Gase. Mike McCarthy wanted the job. Remember Mike McCarthy? Everybody killed him when he wanted the job. He's not that good. He only won because he had Aaron Rodgers. That's the only reason he won a Super Bowl. That's all we heard. Then he went to Dallas, and anyway, he didn't win anything, but he went to the playoffs every year. What was his record with the Cowboys? Right? Unbelievable. What was he, about 25 games over 500? And he was in the playoffs every year. He didn't win. But can we take that? I'll take that. They didn't want McCarthy. You had Peyton Manning of all people. What is that? What all he ever did was not want to play for the Jets. Okay, when he was coming out in the draft from Tennessee, decided not to come out because the Jets were going to take him with the number 1 pick. He didn't want to go there. Smart move by him. But you're going to listen to Peyton Manning when he says, no, you should hire Adam Gase? Great? Really? How'd that go? And then the Robert Saleh disaster? Oh, my God. I've said this before, all right? I would take Rex Ryan back in a nanosecond. You could talk to me forever, all right? All these guys, Rex, he was a clown, he was this, he was that. You think we're 0-5 with Rex Ryan as the coach? You think so? You think we would be? You think the defense would be the absolute piece of crap that it is? You think so? You think Sauce Gardner would be as bad as he is if Rex Ryan was coaching his team? Do you? I'd take him back in a second. It's a freaking joke, man. I am so effing disgusted. Jet fans, there is no more beleaguered fan base than we are. And we have hung in there all those years, and all we've gotten is a stick up our ass. That's what we've done. Unbelievable. Aaron Glenn, unbelievable. The sad part is that as good a player as Aaron Glenn was for us, more than likely, and look, there's still time. It's only 5 games. I get it. More than likely, we will look back at Aaron Glenn not as the terrific Jet he was, but as the horrific head coach he was. And that's really sad. It's sad. All right, let's get the sponsors in here. I don't know how many people asked me yesterday about when the next podcast is at the Hackensack Brewing Company. I have no idea. My daughter doesn't know. I don't know. Nobody knows if even's going to be one maybe until next year. So I can't even give you an answer on that. But when I know, you will know. Okay? Now, if you need work done on your car, you know where to go and need a discount tire, go see my son Johnny. He's happy. His Saints won a game, beat the Giants. Dart had a good game yesterday, huh? 2 picks, fumble, all of that. Not good. They were up 14-3 and blew the game. But that's their problem. At least they got a win. At least the Giants have a win, and they got a young quarterback that they can look forward to. I'll give them that. We have none of that. But my son Johnny's happy. But if you need tires, you need work done on your car, I need a discount tire. Westwood Avenue, Rivervale, New Jersey. Go check them out. Their boss, Ari, does a great job. Just a great place. Anything for your automotive needs at all, check out Anita Discount Tire. And then, if you're looking for a vacation next summer, during the winter, whenever, check out Carolina Resort Vacation. Check it out. Plan your next getaway at North Myrtle Beach. Looking for the perfect vacation spot? Check out Carolina Resort Vacation OBLV Unit 2. Beautiful North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They got it all. 5 spacious bedrooms, each with a private en-suite bathroom. Hello, convenience. Fully stocked kitchen, ready for family meals, group cooking nights. Arcade-style gaming table. How about that with 150-plus classic games? Smart TVs in every room. Entertainment for everyone. I don't know how smart our TV is. Anyway. Steps from the beach. We have 3. One of them has to be smart. Steps from the beach and minutes from Barefoot Landing, mini golf, Ripley's Aquarium, the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk, all the great golf courses down there. The unit is freshly renovated, spotless, and spacious, perfect for family trips, group getaways, or a relaxing retreat by the ocean. Whether you're soaking up the sun, exploring local attractions, just enjoying time together, OBLV Unit 2 Carolina Resort Vacation makes every trip unforgettable. North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, comfort, style, location, all in one, 843-249-65. That's 843-249-6509. Or visit CarolinaResortRealty.com to learn more. Start planning your trip today. And last but certainly not least, our buddies from Manscaped are back. I can't wait. Apparently, they're sending a bunch of stuff for me, which I'm happy about. And I've been telling you for years about the lawnmower and taking care of business down below and the illusion of extra inches and all of that with Manscaped. You know how much I love it. Everybody loves it. It's time to talk about stepping up your grooming game and I'm talking your face. The face shaving products from Manscaped are the ultimate grooming tools designed to deliver precision and comfort in sleek and easy to use devices. Now, whether you're looking for a trim, a shape, a detailed touch-up, Manscaped face shaving products are built to handle shaving your face with ease, crafted for efficiency, the perfect addition to your grooming arsenal. And you can use my code PAIN. There's a lot of that. Funny, most people would spell pain, P-A-I-N. I spell pain, J-E-T-S. For 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. So, again, use the code PAIN, and that is P-A-I-N when I talk about pain. And you know the deal with this. Now you can groom top to bottom.
Look out.
I mean, forget about it. She's going to want to touch, besides wanting to touch the other place, she's going to want to touch your face too. The Handyman is a sleek, powerful, compact face shaver that helps guys ditch the mess. Cordless, designed for convenience, easily fits in a bathroom drawer, slips into an overnight or gym bag for easy grooming on the go. Come on. It's engineered with a unique dual blade system featuring a standard foil shaver and a long hair trimming blade to handle up to 3 days of beard growth. What's even better is the Handyman comes equipped with a skin-safe technology designed to help reduce nicks and cuts for the perfect clean shave. It's waterproof, which makes cleanup a breeze. Give it a rinse and you're done. I'm telling you, Manscaped has it all. Now you get to groom your face. Now you get to groom the family jewels, get the illusion of extra inches. You get to have the Manscaped underwear, which I love. You get to get the Manscaped body wash, which is tremendous. That's outstanding, right? Use it as shampoo all over your body. Unbelievable. They have it all at Manscaped. How good is that? Next thing, they're probably going to have something where you can trim the hair on your chest coming up. I don't know, maybe that's the next great invention coming from the people at Manscaped. Join the over 12 million men who trust Manscaped and upgrade to the Handyman Rocket Man. You can use my code PAIN for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. 15% off a free shipping with the code PAIN at manscaped.com. Don't miss out. Upgrade your grooming game with Manscaped. Today, you won't be upset about it. You will be thrilled that you did. You will not regret it. You can groom top to bottom now with Manscaped. How good is that? If only Manscaped could straighten out the New York Jets. Oh, my God. I don't know what else to say, everybody. I really don't. I'm so beleaguered anymore. I mean, there's only so much ripping you can do of a woe-begone franchise. Nothing to look forward to. Maybe drafting a quarterback in April. That's about it. Nothing really left to say. Got a good game tonight. You can see the Chiefs and the Jaguars. Actually, a real NFL football game. So you want to check that out if you got nothing else to do tonight. As far as the baseball and the Yankees, I could care. They're down 2-0. Let them lose. Does it really matter if they lose or not? It doesn't faze me. But it is kind of funny that they got their rear ends handed to them. 2 games in Toronto. They got scored, 23-8 in those 2 games? What the hell happened to Max Fried yesterday? What happened to him? Oh, my God, did he get lit up? Anyway, Yankees come home tomorrow, game 3 tomorrow. I guess Rodin is on the mound tomorrow, right? And I don't even know who's pitching for Toronto. I know Bassett's out, Scherzer's out, so we'll see what happens there. But like I said, when people ask me, are you excited to watch the Yankees? I look at them like, you feel okay? You know the best part? Here's the best part. As we all know, my baseball season ended last Sunday. We all know that, in flames in Miami. But it always makes me laugh, right? Why the best part about where I am now is that I don't have to watch these Yankee games anymore because I don't have to go on the air 5 days a week and talk about it. And that's the best part of it. I could care less. I think I've watched 2 pitches in these 2 games so far. And I doubt I'm watching much tomorrow night. I'll probably watch the Ranger opener before I'm watching the Yankees tomorrow night. But whatever. But that's the best part of it. I don't have to sit here as a guy who could care less about Yankee baseball and break down every pitch. Oh, Aaron Judge striking out with the bases loaded, right? This kid, whoever pitched for Toronto yesterday, he's striking out everybody and their brother, had him no hit into the 6th inning and all of that. You know, I don't have to care. I don't have to care. Unbelievable. Thank God the weather's great. I'm going to play golf today. Thank God. You can catch me later on at 4 o'clock with Evan and Tiki. I don't know what. There's not much left to talk about. There really isn't. It really isn't. It's just a franchise from hell. The worst organization in professional sports. And I don't even think it's close. I really don't. The New York Jets. What a freaking disgrace. Good news this week, though, Jet fans. 9:30 a.m. start in London. The pain will be done by 1 o'clock. Everybody have a great week. Check me out with Evan later at 4 o'clock with Jake Asman. The podcast on Friday, all of that. All the love. God bless America. Jet fans, hang in there.